guys, we're looking at the last page of your review. Yay! So these are some topics and vocabulary you should know off the top of your head for our test that we're having on Friday over quadratic functions. So the first word is parabola. So remember, the parabola is the graph format of your quadratic function. So what shape does it look like? It looks like a U. So it's the U-shaped graph a quadratic function produces. So remember, it looks like a U, that's why it's the U-shaped graph. Quadratic is a U-shaped graph. Which we call parabola. So in the graph format, it's a parabola, but in the equation format, it's a quadratic function. Okay, now let's look at the word vertex. So remember, the vertex, if you have your parabola, the U shape, it is the highest or lowest point of a parabola. So when we're looking at the parabola that's upside down, this is the highest point, so that would be the vertex. And on the parabola facing up, the lowest point right here is the vertex. So remember, the highest or lowest point of your parabola is called your vertex. Now when we're looking at the lowest point of the quadratic, that is the minimum. It's the lowest value of your quadratic. So the lowest point of a quadratic or a parabola. Sometimes we use the word quadratic and parabola interchangeably. Now, if the minimum means it's the lowest point of your parabola, then the maximum has to mean it's the highest point of your parabola or quadratic. Okay, so next thing is we want to list what ROCKS stands for. So remember that acronym that we use to help figure out what we're looking for. So remember, ROCKS just stands for the roots, the 0 stands for the zeros, X stands for x-intercepts, where your graph hits the x-axis, and the S stands for solutions. And what do all these things mean, guys? Do they mean the same thing or something different? They all mean the same thing, where your graph hits the x-axis, or whatever x is equal to. So remember, roots, zeros, x-intercepts, and solutions. So don't let anybody confuse you if they use any of these words. They mean the same thing, where your graph hits the x-axis. Okay, now what are you finding when you solve for ROCKS? What we just said, where the parabola crosses the x-axis. Now when asked to find the highest or maximum points of the equation or graph, what are they asking you for? Be very specific. So remember, what are they asking you for when you hit the highest or maximum point of an equation? They are asking you for the y value of the vertex. question, when asked to find the time it took to reach the highest or maximum point of an equation or graph, what are they asking you for? And again, be very specific. So remember, what do we relate time to? Do we relate time to the x values or the y values? We relate them to the x values. So remember, 99.9% of the time is always x. So when they ask you for time, they're asking for the x value of the vertex. Okay, so that concludes your review. Good luck, and I hope you do amazing on your test tomorrow.